Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Love Talk. Now, today we have a special program for those who are dating. And if you're married, don't switch off just yet, because who knows, you might learn something here that you can use for your friends, for your family, for your children perhaps, right?
Yes, today's topic is very serious, you know. I know that when you hear it's a topic about dating, oh, it's going to be fun. Yes, but also very serious. We're going to talk about very important signs that you should look out for.
Absolutely. Sometimes you meet someone who seems great, and then you find out this person is nothing like you thought they were. Actually, it's a bit more or less like this video we prepared for you. Have a look.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Claire. Hi.
Have you done this before?
Yeah, a couple of times, yeah. So what do you do?
I'm in software engineering.
Oh my god, you're so funny! You're like the funniest man ever. It's just so much fun being with you. Yeah.
And what about you? What do you do?
Oh god, you're such a good listener. I'm a designer.
Are you a designer?
Oh, tell me about your family.
Well, my parents live in Hove by the sea.
Chris, why haven't I met your parents yet? Why not?
It's a little soon, I think.
Why are you hiding me away? Why are you being so secretive? What's your problem? What is your mental problem with the intimacy issues?
Calm down.
Oh, look at me, Chris, not at her. Stop looking at her. Who is she? Why are you looking at her? What's so good about her? She's got arms. Oh, wow.
I hardly know her. She's just.
Because you're lying.
Because I saw you speaking to her 2 minutes ago.
Well, yes, we're speed dating.
Oh my God, I don't believe this, I don't believe this, I don't believe this. I've just realised you're still in love with her, aren't you? You haven't got over her, and the whole time we've been talking, you're still wishing, you're just wishing that you were with her. Oh, God, I don't actually think that I can go on with this level of pain anymore, Chris. Sorry, for that reason, I'm going to say that I think that we are not meant to be together.
I know.
Get over me. Just go.
Hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm Claire. I've just come out of quite an abusive relationship, so I'm quite fragile.
So you just saw there the psycho woman on a speed dating, right? Of course, not all women are like that.
Yeah, and there are psycho men as well,
Yes.
okay? We
And
just didn't find a video.
That's a bit of an exaggeration. But the truth is, tonight we're talking about 10 steps or 10 reasons why he's not for you or she's not for you. Before I met Helena, I actually dated someone for some time, and the person was not for me, and everybody on the face of the earth knew that she was not for me, apart from me.
Aww.
Because I didn't want to see the signs. But that's a story for a different program. Now tonight, the first sign that he may not be or she may not be for you is that he doesn't respect you.
What do you mean he doesn't respect you?
You know, it's important respect for men and for women, and respecting the person you're with is to make sure you value that person, you make her feel or him feel safe, you don't do anything to hurt her, whether physically or mentally or in any way.
And I would like also to add that when you respect someone, you don't force a change. You are dating someone. The dating period is for you to get to know the person, not for you to change the person. So if you see that the person is not the way you want it to be, well, you can suggest a few things here and there, but don't change the person, because that's disrespectful.
The second thing, do you want to go ahead with the second thing?
Yes, you should look at how that person deals with their own family. For example, is your boyfriend respectful towards his mom? How does he treat his sisters, especially the women in his life, and vice versa, the men, in his life?
They usually say that the way a man treats his mom will be more or less the way he would treat his wife.
Yes.
And that's not always true, but there may be a hint in truth in that. So it's very important that you see this person. If you want to be treated with affection, then this person should be affectionate towards his own family, towards those that he cares. The third thing, if he or she keeps the wrong kind of company. Now, this is very important because a lot of people say like this, look, this guy, you know, I'm dating him and he's always out with his friends, he's always on a nightclub, he's always doing, you know, something that I don't particularly agree with. If that's the case, then that company will be around even when you're married. It's better for you to, make a decision. It's whether he changes his company or then he chooses you.
And I would even say, how attached is he to his friends? because some people, it's like God in heaven, their friends on earth, and then everyone else. And indeed, it can really affect the person's relationship as they move on.
Yeah. And friends are very important, Lena.
They are.
Friends are very important. If your future partner has a good solid foundation of friends, of good friends, people who are a positive influence, then that's good. If it's the opposite, then it's a bigger problem.
There's also another sign, James. I don't know if I used to do that to you, I hope not. But one of them is the person always complains about everything. Everything, complaining about everything and everything and everything. And you have to see, that shows that the person is a bit negative. So this tells a lot about someone. If the person is always nagging, always complaining, imagine what's going to happen after you get married or you move in together.
Yeah, because you don't want anyone like that. You don't want a person who complains about everything. You want someone who says, even when things are negative, the person says it's going to be okay.
Yeah, you want
don't
someone
worry.
positive who's going to make it work.
Because I tell you what, positivity and negativity, they're both contagious, right? If I'm positive, then I'm gonna pass this positivity to you. If I'm negative, then you're going to feel down all the time because I'm going to say, you know, it doesn't work, it's going to be a problem. And so
no one stands a negative person. It's very hard, very difficult.
Now, the fifth sign this person is not for you, and this is the last sign before we go for the break. This is a big one. Is someone who still lives in the past. Now, this is serious. Why? Because if you're dating someone who constantly brings up a past girlfriend, or you know, you look so much like my last girlfriend. She also had brown hair like you. It's amazing that you laugh the same way.
It's funny you say that, because I wasn't dating this person, but we were like talking, maybe we would start dating eventually, but thank God we never did. But one of the first things he used to say to me, well, one of the things he said to me before he stopped talking to me, like, he said, oh, but don't worry, she looks just like you. And I was like, thank you, that makes me feel really much better.
And this is a problem, right? If the person keeps telling you how much you look like the girlfriend, the boyfriend, because, oh, she used to cook for me, she used to, it's a problem. It's a big problem, right? You should disappear, you should run, because sooner or later this person will go back to their past. And you want someone with you that's going to look forward, someone who's going to help you to move forward, to look to new things in life, not someone who keeps going back to the past. Now, do you want to know what the next things, the next 5 things are, the next 5 signs that he or she is not for you are? Then stay where you are, because after the break, we're going to be revealing that to you. And we're also going to be telling people at home, Len, this is very important. What do you do when you see the signs?
Absolutely.
You've seen the 10 signs. You know, it's a problem if he or she has one of the signs. 2 of the signs, it's worse. But,
3 or
but if he
more.
has 10 of the signs, you've got to do something. We're going to tell you what it is after the break.
Indeed. Welcome back, and now we're going to talk about one more sign. But before we go into the sign, I'm going to, just remind you at home that we have a website as well as an email address for you to email us on your questions. Maybe you are not sure, even after you saw all these signs, you're still not sure what to do. Maybe you've identified something and you want to ask us a question. The email address to email us on is lovelab@lovetalkshow.tv. Now, let's go to another sign. Okay, James?
Number 6, go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot the number, but doesn't matter. I remember very well the sign. Prolific liar. You know that guy that just can't stop lying. He lies about everything, and it's so natural for him.
He lies about his age, his height.
Yes, especially if he's doing online dating and all this kind of stuff. It's a no-no. If that man, maybe he doesn't have all the other signs, but if he lies, red light. What do you think, James? For me,
red. If there was a worse light than red, then it would be black. I don't know what kind of light.
But no lying allowed in a relationship.
And usually they say,
whatsoever.
Usually they say that a person who lies can do anything. Right? Lying is the beginning of a very hidden life. So that's a no-no.
Yeah.
Let's go now to the next step. The next step is you have to be careful if the person is obsessed with violence, with promiscuity, and self-obsessed, obsessed with himself. And listen, this is a very, very serious one. I want to draw your attention to someone that you're dating and you see the person has had a history of promiscuity. What is promiscuity? It's someone who, forgive me, but someone who can't keep it in his pants. Isn't that how they say it? Someone who goes around and sleeps around and they can't see a woman in a short skirt that they have to make a pass at them. And perhaps you see this. Maybe you see that he has a problem with pornography. Come on, James, pornography, everybody watches pornography. Just because people watch it, it doesn't make it good,
Yeah,
right? We've spoken about this in previous shows.
Yeah.
So he has a problem with promiscuity. He has a problem with violence. You see that, someone said, look, I'm dating this guy. He's wonderful. The only problem is that he's violent towards his mom. But apart from that, he's great. If he's violent towards his mom, then he's going to be violent towards you at some point. And if the person is self-obsessed, if he's obsessed with his looks, if he's obsessed with, there's a difference between a person having pride in their appearance, hygiene and always being well-groomed and looked after, and a person being obsessed, putting pictures of himself. I don't understand people who put pictures of themselves on their own cell phones. And if you have a picture of yourself on your cell phone,
wallpaper,
don't be offended, please. But I don't get it. A picture of your dog, of your cat, of your parrot, of your mom, your dad, your husband, your son, fine. But a picture of yourself on your screensaver, on your phone, on your work desk, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, and you may be asking yourself, well, why? Why is that a problem? Well, this could well be a person that will say something to you that will destroy your self-esteem. For example, a man like this or a woman like this, for them, image is very important. But guess what? People grow old, people change, put on weight, and then they slim down again, and etc. And a comment here and there will destroy your confidence. And someone without confidence, it's a very, very sad person, because you believe that you are, I'm quite all right, but then the person says to you, oh, please, you're putting on weight so much and this and that. It's not good, not very negative.
So we need to crack on. We still have 3 left and we only have a few minutes. What's the next one, Elaine?
When he puts you down.
Or she puts you down.
Yes.
He
so
or she.
basically it's very similar to what we just said. So we can move on to the next one.
Yeah. Be careful that the person who's with you motivates you, doesn't put you down.
Absolutely.
Next one, when the person is oversensitive. And this is a problem because, listen, in a relationship, we have to have thick skin. Why? Because sometimes you say something or the person says something they don't mean, and you have to be careful because that's going to hurt you. And if you're dating someone who, you said something out of place, the person was upset, and they bring that up every day for the next 2 months, something's wrong. Right? A person who gets offended with anything. Imagine, Elena, if Elena and I would get offended by everything and anything we say. We couldn't keep a relationship. We've been together for 14 years almost. We couldn't do that if we were too sensitive. Sometimes Elena, makes a joke about, sometimes Elena says, oh, I get dressed and she says, oh, you're so tiny. Right? Thank God I don't have a complex about my height.
But it's tiny for cute,
right?
tiny.
Imagine if I did. You can't take things personally. You can't.
Exactly.
If you're dating someone who is too sensitive, you're going to have problems.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to have all these arguments, all these things. It's better for the person to either man up or woman up, if that word exists,
and
or get out.
And James, I think a relationship is, you have to take it, don't take life too seriously, if you know what I mean. Be more relaxed, crack a joke. Don't be so focused on what he said. Just relax, that's what I mean.
Right. You have the last word, the last step.
Do I? So this one for me is also very important. It's if the man or the woman is lazy, watch out. If the person is lazy, be careful. If the person is lazy now, imagine after.
Yeah.
If you decide to build a family together.
Someone once told me, listen, he's really been trying to get a job. He doesn't work, but he's really trying. but he's been trying for 5 years and he can't get a job. Something's wrong. If he's healthy, right?
Yeah.
Something's wrong. Oh, James, in today's climate, you know, with the recession, all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, but I really do believe that when you really want, and you're a man who takes pride in what you do, in being a leader, you make something happen. If you can't find a job, you start a business, you do something.
So you look for a go-getter.
Yeah.
Not a lazy one.
To sum up everything, if you are dating a woman, a man, who has a few of these signs, you have to really consider if you should be in that relationship. You can't change this, you don't take the signs to them and say, listen, you have 3 of these, you have to change. That's not going to happen. You need to make a decision. I hope that these 10 signs have helped you. Now we're going to meet a couple that have just been married for a couple of weeks. They're going to do the quiz. Let's see how they do, and we'll be interviewing them in just a few moments.
Welcome to this week's quiz, and today we have here with us Kimberly and Ade. Hello guys.
Hello.
Are you ready for this quiz?
Yeah.
Well, how much do they know each other? Let's find out. For those who may not know the rules of this game, here it goes. Each contestant will be asked 5 questions and they will have 10 seconds to answer each question. For every correct answer, you will hear a... And for every wrong answer, you will hear a... Well, the aim of the game is to score as many correct questions as possible within the allocated time. Are you ready then?
Yes.
I'm going to start with Kimberly.
Okay.
Kimberly, let's see if you can answer all these 5 questions correctly. Okay?
Okay.
First question. What's his favorite thing to do on his spare time?
Watch football.
No, you've got 10 seconds on the clock. Come on.
Relax. Rest.
No?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you've run out of time, I'm afraid. He said he likes to go out to the cinema.
Oh.
With you.
Oh,
So
no.
you should know that one. Anyway, question number 2. What's his favorite thing about you?
My smile.
Perhaps, but he said something else. Come on, 10 seconds.
My goodness. Does it have to do my features or?
Well, yeah, you've no more time for you. You can
gosh.
already guess
My
that
goodness.
one. He said that you're very caring.
Oh.
Okay. So question number 3. If Adi could go to any country on holiday, which country would it be?
I think I know this one.
Come on, 10 seconds.
Brazil.
That's correct. Your first correct answer. You still have 2 more to go, okay? And Adi, you're not allowed to give her any, hints, okay?
No problem at all.
Stay right there. Question number 4. What annoys Adi the most about you? Let me see if you already know this much.
I complain too much.
No.
I repeat myself. So
No.
much. Oh gosh.
Yeah, we're out of time. He said you're very fiddly.
Oh.
He's trying to do something and you go there and you try to do it as well.
Yeah,
and he's
I
like,
do. Yeah.
get your hands off this,
Yeah.
Anyway, we have one more question for you, okay? Don't be sad. When did Ade first notice you?
It was a special event in October. The red
Okay.
carpet.
Oh, okay then. That's correct. That's the correct answer. He mentioned at the love therapy. Well, so you've got 2 answers correct out of 5. Don't be sad. Let's see how well he will do, because I know that you've only been married for 2 weeks. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
correct. 2
Adi,
weeks.
it's your turn now. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are you
Let's
going
go
to
for
make yourself proud or what?
I should do.
Yeah? All right, let's start now. Question number 1. If Kimberly would get a pet, which pet would it be?
It will be a cat and a ginger one.
Oh my God. Well, she didn't specify the color, but she said a cat. So that's a correct answer. Question number 2. What is Kimberly's shoe size?
It's size 5.5.
That's extremely correct. Precisely 5.5. Okay. Question number 3. Where did you both go on your first date?
We went to Nando's.
That's correct. You've got good memory. Okay. Question number 4. Which is Kimberly's favorite movie?
A favorite movie? Oh,
10
wow.
seconds.
Favorite movie? That's a tough one. Oh, I'm not quite sure.
You're running out of time.
Favorite movie? Love and Basketball?
Nope. Yeah, you've run out of time, I'm afraid. She said Lion King.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. How old are you, Kimberly? Remind me.
I just love it.
Okay. All right. And question number 5, your last question. You've done well so far. If you had to buy Kimberly an item that she has always wanted, what would that be?
A what, sorry?
What is it that she would like you to buy? You know when you want to buy her a gift or something. What do you think she would appreciate?
I think it will be a perfume.
That's correct. So out of 5, Ade only had 1 wrong. I'm actually speechless right now. Very, very well, very well. So anyway, let's move on to our second part of the show where we'll get to know this couple a little bit better.
Welcome back. Now, today we have a couple who have just now come out of the married oven. And you just saw them there in the quiz. But first, we did a little interview with them. Here's how they did.
What caught my attention when I first set my eyes on Kimberly was her looks, and that was it.
What caught my attention about him, like what I like about him, is basically his character. Literally, he's very organized, very caring, giving, and also protective as well in a good way.
Before we got married, we were dating for 2 years.
I knew he was the one because from speaking to him and spending time, we both had like the same goals for life, and we got along very well. And you just know, I don't know, you can't explain, you just know that that's the person for you. Ade, I just want to let you know that I really love you. You're the best husband ever, and I can't wait to spend my life with you.
We just got married and I'm looking forward to a bright future with her. To spend the rest of my life with her, really. Yeah.
All right, so you just saw a little bit about Ade and Kimberly. Welcome to the program, guys.
Welcome.
How are you?
Well,
Very well.
thank you.
So you've just got married? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Is the honeymoon period still going?
Yes.
You can see that they just got married because
They can't stop smiling.
and they're not yet set too close to each other. Sit closer, guys. Sit closer. that's good. You're married now. You can be close to each other.
Yeah.
So we asked you to come onto the show because your story, especially you, Adi, is very specific to tonight's program. Tonight we're talking about 10 signs that show that he's not for you or that she's not for you.
Yeah.
And you had an experience similar to that, right? You dated someone before you met Kimberly.
Exactly.
What was the story with that relationship?
Well, I dated my former girlfriend at the time for about 2 years, and there were a lot of signs that showed that we weren't compatible. We weren't really gonna go anywhere with each other.
Wow.
And then from then on, things just started to escalate in the wrong way.
Right.
But you waited 2 years.
2 years.
When did you start seeing signs that she wasn't?
Well, it was actually in the first few weeks. The first few weeks, that's when I really started to see that things weren't right. Bear in mind, that was my first real relationship, but...
So, but you said there were a lot of signs.
Yeah.
So you didn't see the signs, or you saw the signs and didn't want to do anything about it?
No, I saw the signs, but it was the case of, okay, it's a new relationship. Let me just kind of give time to see if things would change. But then...
What signs did you see that this person wasn't for you?
Well, obviously, first of all, it was the way the person spoke to me. Didn't really respect me as the man of the relationship.
Which is one of the signs we mentioned at the beginning of the program, respect. So you didn't feel respected.
Exactly. Didn't feel respected, and when we were getting to arguments as couples do, like as a normal thing to get into arguments, is like she would want the last say. The argument won't finish unless she gets to the last say.
Right.
So
Okay.
it was that type of relationship.
Wow.
So there were these signs. Again, my question is, you didn't see the signs, or you didn't want to see the signs?
I was trying to cut them out. I saw the signs, but I didn't want to see the signs.
Right. So you pretended that they weren't there.
Exactly. That's
and
it.
it was your first, serious relationship.
Yeah.
So you didn't know any better, right?
Exactly.
So maybe she is, maybe she's not. Let's see. But 2 years is.
Did you have friends that said, listen, maybe this relationship is not good, maybe this person is not for you? Did you have people
Of
that
course, yeah.
flagged this up?
Even from my family. Even my family members were saying, look, because she got to meet them, and coming from my own house, I was thinking, wow, so obviously this
But
must...
this is important because, usually successful relationships happen because, not always of course, but because they were introduced by mutual friends. Because,
Exactly.
for example, let's say I know you very well, we've been friends for a long time, so I know also a friend of mine, and I kind of know, they would click because they are very similar, or maybe not, but they would go along really well. So how did you actually meet the other person?
Well,
Don't tell me it was mutual friends because I didn't know you very well.
well, it was actually mutual friends. It
Okay,
was,
so,
it
yeah.
was.
It's
it
not
was.
always. It's not always.
So it's not
correct.
always correct. This one definitely wasn't correct.
Okay. Okay.
So the thing is, Adi, you dated this person, you saw these signs, but you didn't want to see them.
Exactly.
You had people that were flagging this up, so you had all the signs that you should have quit this relationship. So the question is, why didn't you? Because marrying someone who gives you all these signs, when you get married, these signs are multiplied by 100. So if she didn't respect you when you were dating, she wouldn't respect you at all when you got married.
Right.
So what put you off from breaking the relationship?
Well, for me, it was starting all over again. That thought that probably sparked my mind for a while. In fact, not probably, it did. It sparked my mind for a while. How am I going to find the right person? When am I going to find this person? So all sorts of questions was coming into my mind, and I just didn't want to start all over again.
Yeah. Many people go through that, James.
Yeah. So basically, you were clinging to this with dear life, even though, did you know in the back of your mind that this would never work?
I knew.
You did,
I knew very well.
but you were afraid of, or not afraid, but you didn't want to start from scratch.
Yeah.
It's like you wasted 2 years of your life.
Yeah.
And maybe this is one of the reasons, Elena, why people don't let go of relationships that they know they don't work. I mean, they know in the back of their mind, listen, this is not going to work. This person doesn't respect me. This person betrays me. This person takes me for granted, whatever the reasons are. But they cling to the relationship because they're afraid of being by themselves, because they're afraid of people telling them, listen, I told you so. There's all these reasons.
And this is one of the most wrong, I don't even know how to put it in English, wrong reasons to be in a relationship. It's better to be by yourself than to...
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work. I mean, I imagine you getting married to someone because there has to be mutual respect and all these things that, you have to get along well and everything. If it's not there, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Now, when you made that decision, right, to quit this and to move on, was it difficult?
Oh, it was very difficult. Very difficult.
Did you cry? Don't lie to me.
I didn't cry, but I did feel heartbroken.
I know you're a man.
He's on the hot seat today.
But it's okay if you cried.
No, I didn't cry. But I was heartbroken. It was really difficult because I actually thought that I loved this person, and
it's interesting you chose the words you thought you loved this person. And this was your first relationship. You had nothing to compare it to.
Exactly.
Perhaps until now that you're married and you met the right person, you didn't know what love was. Right? And certainly when someone loves you, the person doesn't disrespect you. They respect you. Okay, so let's close that chapter. That you've moved on. I'm sure Kimberly's there, not very happy that we're talking about your ex all this time.
Oh, I don't think so. I think she's very happy because she's got the man, right?
So before that relationship, you dated for 2 years, it didn't work. This relationship, it dated for 2 years.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
2 years.
Now, we spoke a lot about the negative signs that you see in a person showing you that they're not for you. I'm sure they are positive signs, right? So for example, going back to you now, Kimberly, when you met Adi, I mean, and you started to get to know him, what signs did you see that perhaps he was the right person for you?
Well, he knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted. He was very, how can I put it, confident in himself, organized, better timekeeping than me. That was one good thing I liked. And just his character in itself, and I just felt safe with him. Like I knew he would take care of me. He wasn't just after me for the sake of it, but he was really interested in me personally.
But did you notice all these things right away, or it took? Because there's viewers at home now that are in that situation that Adi was, like, oh, I just broke up with someone, or maybe they are in a relationship for a long time, some for 4 years, 5 years, and they are afraid to break up, but they want to know exactly, so give us as much as you can, because maybe it will help those at home identify what's happening to them.
Yeah, well, it took time as we were going out, talking, dating, speaking on the phone, texting. It took time to see all these qualities, but already from the beginning, it was a positive quality that I saw in him. So yeah, so that's one thing that I loved about him.
And I'm sure, Adi, you feel very good listening to all this.
Where's the pin?
But I want to pick up on something you said there, very important. And actually, we won't have time to speak about this now, but we'll do that after the break. Because you said when you met him, it made you feel safe.
Yeah.
And this is something that a woman would say. A man wouldn't say, I met you, Lena, and I felt safe, right? A woman feels safe because the man is supposed to be the leader, the provider, and he made you feel these things. So we're going to talk about this, because if we spoke about negative signs, surely one of the positive signs is that the person you're with makes you feel exactly how they're supposed to feel, how you're supposed to feel by being with them. For example, you said, Ada, you felt before disrespected, you felt all these things, and that comes to show that when a relationship is good, right, it's good for you, then it makes you feel better about yourself.
And things flow, isn't it?
Yeah.
You feel...
And if you were worth 10, now with the person you're worth 20. If you had a certain value, the person multiplies your value. So we're going to talk about this after the break, about the woman feeling safe. And what about the man? What does he feel when he's with the right person? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So what we learned with Adi and Kimberly, and trust me, we learned with them even though they're only married for 2 weeks.
Indeed.
Imagine when you guys are married for 10 years, we'll be doing this show for us, right? Now, what we learned with something that you said, Kimberly, very important, is that when you met Adi, he made you feel safe. And I think that this is something only a woman would say about a man. But why? Why did he make you feel safe? How important was feeling safe for you?
Well, as a woman, you want to feel safe in your future. Someone that would not step over you, because I'm a man, so I'm going to step over you. But safe as in, I can talk to him, I can be myself around him. I know that he would lead us basically to achieving great things. And
when you say that he, I feel safe that he would lead us. For some women, hearing that, it sounds, oh, a man doesn't lead me. But do you feel good about the fact that he knows what he wants from his future together with you, that he's leading you?
Yeah, because that brings a sense of security when your man knows what he wants, because he's not indecisive. It's not, oh, I want to do this, but then I don't want to do that. He is certain and then goes for it. Obviously, there'll be difficult moments, but it's like he's certain in what he wants. So that gives you security that, I'm not going to be the one having to be like, okay, come on, like dragging him along. But he will be able to lead the way. So that gave me security within myself that this is the person for me.
And you know why? And you know something? It's funny. I'm listening to you and I'm like thinking of all the women who may say, but I don't need anyone to lead me. Some people, they are very resistant and, because of their background and everything. But deep down, a woman wants to be nurtured, looked after, cared for.
And to be with someone that he knows what he wants.
Yes, no indecisiveness, just...
Well, now, Adi, going back to you, what she said you made her feel safe.
Yeah.
What did Kimberly made you feel? What was important that by getting to know her, you felt about her?
Well, obviously from my last relationship, confidence-wise, things wasn't so well within myself, and she's brought out the best of me in terms of confidence. Now, as you can see, I'm always smiling now.
Before you weren't always smiling.
No, it wasn't the case before. It wasn't the case. So she's brought the best out of me. She's always encouraging, you know. She never says things that are negative. She's always lifting me up. You can do it. There's times when I come to her with certain situations, hardships. It's been difficult, this situation in my life, and she's always been there just to encourage. Look, you're gonna make it. Don't worry, keep going.
Music to your ears, isn't it? Men, they love some encouragement and some.
And sometimes we say the thing about us receiving encouragement that sometimes, for example, I'm a terrible footballer. I love to play football, but I'm terrible at it.
It's not true.
You see what I was talking about? I know it's not true. I know I'm the worst footballer you've probably ever seen.
Oh my God!
I know
told you that.
But hearing her saying, "Come on, it's not true."
I do embarrass him sometimes when he's playing with his friends, and they're there having a man moment, playing. Come on, James! Oh, come on, so and so. And then I'm there with the camera. You are the best.
I know it's not true, but just hearing that makes us feel bad. And sometimes the person saying something encouraging to you doesn't solve your problem, but makes you feel like she's there with you, no matter what.
Yeah, and that's exactly how she made me feel.
Deep down he likes it, you know.
Now, guys, one final thing. We don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to ask you one final thing. If you were to give an advice, Ade, to someone who's in a relationship that they know has no future because of one of the 10 negative things we mentioned here before, and they're afraid to move on, they're afraid to make a decision, what would your advice be for them?
Well, exactly what I did. Well, not the taking so long to make the decision, but if they know that it's not working because of the signs, they've seen the signs, it's evident, you know, it's not hidden, then they should take the bold step of ending the relationship and just believing within themselves that something good will come along.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much for taking some time off your honeymoon to be here. But you're back.
I am sorry to disturb you.
You're back at work, right?
Yes.
Working hard. So thank you very much for being on the show.
Now,
here's perhaps the most important thing about relationships. If you're dating someone, and today this program was very much veered towards people who are dating. If you're dating someone, and since the moment you started dating this person, you feel worse off about yourself, you feel negative, you feel disrespected, you feel like this relationship hasn't done anything good for you, then there's a very high likelihood that this relationship shouldn't be happening.
Yes, and sometimes you should trust your instinct. Sometimes you can't just pinpoint what is wrong, but it's not working. You know, the person doesn't seem to be able to open up with you. It's not, what's the word? It's not gelling.
Yeah.
It's like there's something, I'm not talking about chemistry here, like, there's no chemistry, not that, but there's something missing. You don't feel happy, there's something not right. So it's worth you trying to find out, not just let time go by and that's it. Try to find out. That's what dating is about. It's about you taking the time to get to know the person, ask questions, and talk to the family, see how they treat the family members and everything. Yeah.
Now, perhaps the final thing to remember is that sometimes you may say to yourself, oh, I haven't seen any negative signs about this person. And that may not be the truth. You have to be very sincere with yourself because maybe you've seen many signs like Adi saw, but the problem is that you don't want to see them. You pretend that they're not there. And being alone sometimes is not bad. Maybe you say, but if I quit this relationship, I'm going to be by myself. Trust me, sometimes it is better to be by yourself than with negative company. Indeed. Now, before we go, Helena and I a few weeks ago went on a date to do quad biking, and I have to say she surprised me.
Wow, I was so brave.
Because Helena was jumping, doing jumps with the quad bikes and going up hills. And it was a very, very fun morning. If you want to spend some time, quality time, but doing something different.
And look at James behind me. Are you okay? Are you all right? Because, oh my God, she actually went up the hill. Yes, I did, as you're going to see.
It was an amazing morning. So here's how it went, and we'll see you next week at the same time. This is a date on a different level. Helena, how do you feel?
Actually, let me just correct him here. Something he's always wanted to do. The surroundings are just so beautiful. It's a very nice place to come.
And trust me, if you just started dating, you're going off on a first date, this is a great way to go out and have those awkward silences done away with, because you get the competitive juices going and you'll have a blast.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice meeting you too.
Nice. Welcome to Ash Tree Farm. This is where you're going to learn how to ride a quad bike, and we'll go out and have some really good fun.
In order to test your skill, your instructor is now going to step it up a notch. This time you'll be moved away from open green grass and you'll be moved into a place where there is no grass around. You will be moving and maneuvering over obstacles you have never seen. It will be fun, it will be high intensity, and this is the ultimate test of all that you've been taught. How well do you think you do? If you decide to upgrade your quad biking experience, then I suggest you upgrade all the way to the safari experience. Your instructor will take you through just a tiny portion of the 200-acre property. This is an experience not to be missed. Make sure that if you're going to order anything, you order the quad biking safari experience.